It's great having you with me today on Paint a Beautiful Picture. This is episode number 197. Oh, I know. When we really love someone, we often tell them our opinions, our ideas, our thoughts, our feelings. And if we are in a position of some authority over them or responsibility for them, we actually give them instruction or direction. I am very familiar with a person who is older, who has a level of dementia, and they need to be reminded many times about the simplest things. Don't put your drink on the edge of the table. You're going to knock it off. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I know. When you take your shower, you need to scrub your arms because they scrub one part of themselves repeatedly over and over and over. Okay, I need you to wash your arms now. I need you to wash your face. Oh, I know. I know. And little kids also do this very same thing. I need you to pick up your room. Oh, I know. I know. I need you to put that back. Oh, I know. Put your backpack where it goes. Oh, I know. But knowing is one thing. Doing is another. So let's talk about this. There is a knowledge that we gain when we have the information. Some of us love information, so we tend to be information gatherers. I'm certainly one of those people. I like to know a lot of things about a lot of things. Practically, there's very little that doesn't interest me in the whole wide world. But knowing is one thing. Having the knowledge in your possession, that's one thing. Knowing what to do with it, understanding the practical application of it, or actually putting it to use so it's got some value to you in the practical world, that's a whole nother story. And when someone says repeatedly, oh, I know, oh, I know, oh, I know, but they don't do anything with it, that knowledge is essentially worthless to them. You need to learn how to lovingly impart to your child the importance of using what they know to the best of their ability. So you're talking to your 7-year-old and you say, before you can go to your friend's house, you've got to pick up your room. Oh, I know. Well, what are you going to do about it? You might get a really stunned look the first time you ever say that to them. Well, I'm going to pick it up. Well, when are you going to do it? I'm going to do it this afternoon. Well, what are you doing right now? I'm playing my tablet. Do you think it would be a better use of your time to go pick up your room now so that it's already done and you don't have to think about it anymore? And then when it's time to go, there is not ever going to be a fight or an argument or a plain old, I have to play the heavy and say, you don't get to go because your room still isn't picked up. Don't you think it would be a wiser choice to go do it right this minute? Take them through the process in their thoughts of what to do with what they know. Okay. I did not do well in math as a child, hence the reason I frequently go back to it. But if you say to someone at 14 years old, well, you only get $20 when we go to the mall, that's all I'm giving you. When it's gone, don't ask me for more. They find a dress and it's $24.99, but it's 20% off. Mom, can I afford this dress? I don't know. Don't you know how to multiply and divide? Yes, I know. Well, okay, work it out. Don't just figure it out for them. Let them work it out. And then say to them, if you know how to multiply and divide, you need to make use of the skills that you have. It doesn't help you to just know. You have to be able to use it. Oh, well, I need to get out my phone. I need to get my calculator. No, actually, you don't. How much is 20% of $20? Well, $4. That I can do because 20% of $10 is 2. 20% of $20 is 4. Okay, well, there's $4 off. How much is 20% of $5? Well, I don't know. Well, if 20% of 10 is 2, how much is 20% of 5? 1. All right, so it's $5 off. It's $24.99 and it's $5 off at 20%. But you do have to pay tax, you know. Okay, well, I guess you can't afford it. Mom, come on. It's like 70 cents. I need to borrow 70 cents from you. No, I gave you $20. I told you that's what you have to spend. And that's what you have to spend. And don't hesitate to point out to them, because this is about helping them learn, to understand, to get it, that what they know has to become practical knowledge. I thought you just had $10 the other day. Where'd that go? Oh, I spent it. I went to McDonald's. I was out with my friends. I bought my friend a burger. Okay. That was your decision. If you knew that we would go shopping this weekend, you could have saved $5 back and you would have had more than enough money. Mom! No. You have to make use of the knowledge that you have. Really. This is part of being a parent. You help them get this. All right. You say to them, on Saturday, you have a ball game. Then you have a birthday party. Then we're going to grandma and grandpa's house for their anniversary. And you have this big project due. What are you doing? Well, I'm just going to go to the mall for a couple hours with my friends. Well, you know what? My Sunday is not going to be a nightmare because of your choices. So don't come to me on Sunday night and say, Mom, I need you to help me with this. And Dad, I got you. You got to help me with this. And we need to take care of this, because this is your decision. Okay? So if you know what you need to do and you don't do it, that's not on me. I had a son who was failing English, and his teacher called me. Her name was Deb Alvarez. She said, so-and-so is failing English. What are you going to do about it? And I said, not a single thing. She said, what? I said, have you talked to him? Well, no, I called you. I said, yeah, I'm not really sure why you're calling me. Now, this is a 16-year-old kid, almost 17. So, yeah, I'm not sure why you're calling me. Well, I don't know what you mean. I said, do you know what? I don't have to sit through summer school. That's not going to hurt me. That's going to kill him. So you need to talk to him. And she did. Let your kid make decisions and deal with the consequences thereof. No joke. It's not your life. You aren't responsible for your 17-year-old kid to make sure that all of his homework gets done. He's responsible for that. And if he fails, don't raise holy Cain. Just have an established set of consequences and make sure that you follow through. Just what we talked about yesterday. Make sure that you follow through on the consequences of what happens if you fail a class or you do really badly in a class. You're making crummy decisions, dude, you're going to deal with those crummy decisions. You make lousy decisions, sweetheart, that's going to be on you. You're going to have to handle those lousy decisions that you made and the consequences thereof. Don't keep bailing them out. They do the, oh, I know thing. Okay, so what are you doing with what you know? Really. This practical hands-on usage of knowledge is not just a thing that happens with what you learn in school. In fact, I contend it's a small percentage of what you do in life. It is, what did you learn about how to relate to people? What have you learned about how to live your life? What have you learned about how to respond to those who are in authority over you? What are you learning? What do you know about life principles? And if they know nothing, then you as a parent are failing desperately. It is not some school teacher's job to teach these things to your child. It is your job. And how are you doing at that? That might be the question of the day. How are you doing at helping your child gain vital life skills? How to resolve a conflict. How to deal with a person who has a really competitive spirit and you're over competing with them. You just want to do your thing as gracefully as you can. It's not all a competition, but everything to them is. How do you handle that? How do you handle someone who's in authority over you and acts like a jerk constantly? Because that might actually happen to your kid in one of their jobs. And they need to know how to cope with this. How do you deal with someone who's constantly talking badly about you and lying about you and doing their best to ruin your reputation? There are so many things which we constantly talk about here on Paint a Beautiful Picture, but can your child take some of what they know and put it on a practical level into life practices? Because if they can't yet, regardless of their age, if they're a toddler, a middle schooler, a teenager, or even a young adult, it is not too late for you to A, gain some life skills yourself, and B, start to learn how to apply the things that you know yourself, and then C, instruct or be an example to your child of how this actually works. So you need to take what they know and put it into use in their life. I had a sign on my refrigerator door when my sons were teenagers, and it said, "Quick, leave home now while you still know everything." A couple times a week, they'd walk by the refrigerator and just laugh their heads off about that because they understood that they knew a lot. They were very capable of doing their own laundry, preparing themselves a meal, managing a budget for their own clothes and their school supplies, all the things I had taught them, how to vacuum the floor, how to keep up their own room. They really did know a lot, but they also recognized there was a ton they didn't know yet, and they still had more to learn. And if they were wise, they would use me as their mom, as a resource to help them continually gain more and more of an understanding of what they had to have to live a good life. Your goal is to help your child take what he or she knows and put it into practice. I hope this has been an encouragement for you. If you're not great at this yet, do not despair. Parenting is a lifelong journey. I just had a great conversation with my son not that long ago, and he said, "Mom, I'm so thrilled that you're continuing to learn more and more as you get older, and that I continue to have the great advantage of having you ahead of me to share with me the things that you learn." It's not just a few years, it's a lifelong journey. Take one step, one day at a time. You can make it. It's been really good to have you with me today. I'll look forward to seeing you again soon on Paint a Beautiful Picture. You may find additional information on our paintabeautifulpicture.com website. Additionally, you may watch me on Rumble, and you may also listen to a podcast on Buzzsprout or Spreaker, all under the name Paint a Beautiful Picture. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You may subscribe, and if you are interested in receiving notifications, please hit the notifications button.